Welcome back, friends. Oh, this is so fun. I'm so excited to do this one. I haven't had time to make a video, but I did have a little bit of time to do some of these for the little intro here, and it was hard to stop. So I just need you to know that I don't know how long this video is going to be because I am very excited to do this little project. So, as you all know, I have been watching Margaret at Seven Plaza, and she does the most fun little projects. But one of her projects was how to make the Tim Holtz tags. And I thought, yeah, you can make those, can't you? It just never occurred to me. So, first, this is what I've made just now. But let's look at the Tim Holtz tags before we get started. So, these are all the Tim Holtz tags. I've got you zoomed in a little bit here, so you may not be able to see all of these. There's some there, there's some there. This is not Tim Holtz, this is something else. But they're all different colors. There's different stuff. You know, this is a condemned tag. I don't even know. You condemn buildings, right? So like, would you really just put that like on the doorknob? That seems not quite bright enough, but whatever. There's like a little size tag, I guess, for like a shoe or something. So there's just, you know, things like that. There's some, I think, luggage, yeah, like baggage check tags, luggage tags. These are just blank tags. So there's just these little, they're for anything, right? So Margaret made these tags, and it was just such a brilliant idea because, you know, those tags can get expensive, and then you're precious about them because you're like, oh my gosh, I bought 25 tags for, you know, whatever, and I don't want to use them. Well, here's what we're going to do today. We are going to use some cardstock, and then I have this craft stock from good old Timmy Holtz, Mr. Timmy. So I've got black, and then I have the metallics. I bought these, I think, in the Black Friday haul. These were the only two they had. They were sold out of the other ones because they have some that are like natural colors or something. Actually, they're closer to these colors. This is just cardstock that I got. It was actually a Christmas pack. It's 2 Christmas packs of cardstock. I did go to Joann's after Christmas, but before the New Year, and they were like $1.25 because they were like, I think 80% off or something because it was Christmas. So I'm going to use these to make the actual tag bases, and I'll use some of these too because I also want to do, if you saw my paper bag journal video, I also want to do like fun, colorful stuff in this journal. And so I think I might try to make some metallic tags too, like some bright, fun, funky ones. We'll see what happens. So that's what you need. You need different colors of cardstock that are kind of like earthy tones. So I've got green. Well, first I have a red. I have a lot of different reds because as you saw, Tim Holtz has reds. And then I have a green. I have a natural color. There's another different red color. I also have like this brownish red. And then I have a gray here. So that's what you need. You can do any color though. Like if you kind of like the Tim Holtz, but you're like, man, I wish Tim Holtz made these in brighter colors. Well, guess what? We're going to make our own. We don't need Tim Holtz to do it for us. We can do it. We are self-sufficient crafters. We can do it. All right, go get some cardstock. You're also going to need stamps. Just whatever stamps you got that have numbers, labels, seals. It doesn't matter because it really doesn't matter. You don't need to go and buy, because Tim Holtz, of course, has stamp sets that are for making tickets and tags. You don't need that. Also, I'm probably going to call these tickets at least 9 times. So y'all keep count. How many times do I call these tickets? So let's get our stuff together and then let's get started and we'll figure out how we're going to do this. Come on. Okay, so my first step is I need to cut all of my cardstock down into the size for whatever tags I want to make. So these are, I didn't really measure these. I just kind of eyeballed them. And I'm going to kind of do that here. I have made some tags. These are actually, I took a Tim Holtz tag and I measured it. So this is specifically, actually, rather, the measurements for a Tim Holtz tag. But it doesn't matter. Like that's not a big deal. So this was 8.5 by 11 cardstock. I cut it in half. So this is 5.5 by 8. Is that right? Yes. Or 8.5 rather. It's 8.5 by 5.5. So since I know that it's 5.5, in order to do a bigger tag, I'm going to do 5.5 by 3. So we're going to do a bigger tag like this one. This is actually, I thought this might be 2 3/4, and it is. But that's okay. We're going to keep that one. So again, these measurements aren't, I don't want you to think, oh, I have to have these exact measurements. You don't have to have these exact measurements at all. No. Not at all. That's not, you can do whatever you feel like you want to do. So we've done a red one, that red color. Let's do this red color And I'm going to make it, I don't know. I don't even know what size that is. But I'm going to eyeball it. Let's see what this is. That's about 2 inches. So that's 2, and I'm going to do 3, 2 by 3. All right. So these are 2 little tags that we have. I'm just going to set them over here. So now I have 2 red tags. I have this brown tag, which I'm going to do 2.5 by 3 3/4. I don't know, just doing it. Just making it happen. And these little bits that I have left over, I'm going to use them too. So don't throw those away. And then this guy is going to be, why is it got to be a guy? It can be anything you want it to be. 2.5 by, let's do 4. And don't forget, we're going to use that small piece. So I've collected my little small pieces because the small pieces are really good to make these little rounded corner tags. Tags? Tickets, tags, tags. I didn't say tickets yet. All right. And then this one, I think I'll do this one 2 3/4. I'm going to make that one a bigger one, but I'm going to do 2 inches and I'm going to cut it in roughly half. So I want 2 of those smaller ones. Ooh, green ones. The green ones are fun. I like the green ones. So 2 3/4 by 5.5 is a really good size. So I'm going to do that. And I think I will also do a 2 1/4 by 3.5. Okay. We may not get to all of these, but that's what we're doing. Now I have a tag punch. You may not have a tag punch, and that's okay. If you don't, let me show you what to do. You want to figure out about, well, I think I want about this much of an angle, right? And you're going to cut that piece off. And then, so that's the piece. I need to flip it because I want to mirror it on this side. The angle needs to be mirrored. And then you can just use that as a template. And now your tag has similar corners, okay? I'm just going to use the tag, which actually doesn't give me very deep corners, but that's fine. These are actually not too far off. This is the Tim Holtz tag. They're identical. So the larger setting of this actually works really well. If I can remember, I will put a link to this because I got it at Amazon, and I will put a link in it for you. Okay. And then for these little ones, let me clean up this mess real fast. For these little ones, I'm just going to take the small corner rounder. That's the 4mm one. As you can see, it's very dirty. And I'm just going to round these corners. So another thing that I did, so I've cut all these out. So I've got all my little tag pieces. And then we're just going to stamp on them. So that's going to be fairly simple. I've got some archival ink, got a little acrylic block. We're just going to find stuff and stamp it on there and whatever. The other thing that I did was I cut these little circles for the hole reinforcers. These 2 brown ones are actually pattern paper off of this little envelope. So this is like, I bought a little junk journal kit when I first got back into all of this paper crafting stuff off of Amazon. It came in this little paper envelope. So I just cut holes out and then I made my own paper reinforcements. So you can do that. I will show you how. It's very simple. Or the other thing that I did was I took some of my distress inks and I inked white hole reinforcement stickers. So these are stickers that I have just inked, and I can use these as well. So it just all depends. Really quickly, I'm going to show you how to make the hole reinforcers. So you can use cardstock. I've been using the cardstock. You can also use this. Actually, let's use the gray cardstock because those are the ones I don't have a whole lot of. So here's my gray cardstock. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to punch a hole in it. This is a regular 1/4 inch hole punch. And then I take a 3/4 inch circle punch and I try, you just have to eyeball it. There's no way to really make sure that's perfectly centered. And now you have a hole reinforcer. If you want to make the small ones, that's more fiddly. So if you don't like fiddly stuff, you're not going to like it, but I'll show you how to do it. That one, you want to take your crocodile and you want the small setting, which is, I don't even know, super small. Does it say it on there? 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so it's 1/8 of an inch. And then you're going to punch your little hole. And then you want to take your 1/4 inch hole punch. And now you have a small one. So that's fiddly. It's fiddly, y'all. But you definitely want to do the smaller hole first. So do your smaller hole, then punch your bigger hole out. You cannot punch the big hole and then put a small hole in it. Already tried it. Doesn't work. So the stamps that I have are, some of them are Tim Holtz stamps. Some of them are just generic, like Temu or Amazon stamps. No, I don't want that one. I know I'm off camera. You can't see me. The cool thing is I did get some Tim Holtz tag stamps, which are actually really useful. So I do have, these came with the Tim Holtz Sizzix that I have. And the beautiful part is this will give you a nice frame around your little tags. So the other cool thing is I bought, these were on clearance and I bought them last year. It's Ranger Archival ink, but it's like library colors. There's like library green, deep purple, sepia, and vermilion, but it's a really good color palette. And so that's going to be very useful for us, especially the red, because if you noticed on some of the Tim Holtz tags, he has red as well. So let's get started on some of these. We are going to, so I have these, which are like, you know, they're just words, very random words. And then I have these, which are lines. So these are going to be useful. I'm going to start with this little tag here and using this outline. So we're going to start a bit more prescriptive. And I'm going to do it in black because I think that's going to show up best on this gray. So we're starting out a little prescriptive. We're going to do this very clean. Try to be a little precise. And then as we go, we're going to get a little bit more loose. Once we get warmed up, we'll loosen up. All right. And sometimes so first off, this stamp actually I think might be designed to do that, to where it gives you, kind of fades off a little there. I don't really mind that. That doesn't bother me at all. So the other thing with this is I want to use a small reinforcer on it. So I'm going to go ahead and punch my hole in it. And I do that so that I don't put anything over there that I have to cover up with my hole reinforcer. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this hole reinforcer on there. And then that way that part is done. This would probably be better if I had a little pair of tweezers, but I don't. So, I mean, I do have tweezers. They're right there, but I should have gone in a little bit more with that, but that's okay. If you actually look at the Tim Holtz tags, they're not centered either, which is hilarious. So, all right, so I've got this, and now I think I want to do, I've got this little circle. It's got some numbers on it. I just want to put it like right there. Woo, down it goes. And then do I have some, oh, here we go. Let's try this one. This says type slide, and it's a little wonky. There we go. You may want to stamp this once and then come in and stamp it. So there we go. So there's one done. And you don't have to be precious about this because you're going to put these in your junk journals, right? So it's just using your own stuff. If you don't like them, throw them in the recycling bin. It's fine. It's no big deal. So we're going to do this one. I'm going to punch the hole. I think I'm going to use this hole reinforcer. I do recommend putting the hole reinforcers on first. That way you're not accidentally putting a stamp over that and then putting your hole reinforcer on top of your stamped image. There we go. All right. I like that you're zoomed in because I feel like I can maneuver things a bit better. All right, and then for this one, we're gonna try this one. I don't know. I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if it'll look right. I don't know anything. Yeah. There we go. Ooh, that's kind of neat. Oh, I see. It's a ledger. Okay. All right. Hang on. That's cool. We can work with this. All right. So that's a little ledger. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it right there. I kind of wish I would have done that in red, actually. And then, yes, condemned will fit. So, well, that's going to be backwards. It's because it's upside down. Woo! My brain just kind of flip-flopped on me there for a minute. There we go. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to take my little fine liner. And a good old-fashioned wooden ruler. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw the lines so it looks like, okay, so I drew lines on there so it looks like that someone actually wrote on here. Yes, we're going to use this, and I want the red. And I'm just going to put workroom 220 on there. I should have put it on the other side since that's on that side, but that's okay. There's another one done. All right. So let's see. What if we did, ooh, you know what I want to do? I want to do one of these, but I want to do a red number on it. So I'm going to get this, ooh, that's a big 5, isn't it? That might be too big. Maybe we'll put a big 5 on there. We're going to use the 3. We're going to do 3. Yes, correct way. I don't know why my brain got that upside down. Now I'm all worried. Is my brain okay? All right, and then we're going to do, let's take off the 3. We're going to do this. It says finest in the world. And this is sepia. So put it right there. Oops. So that's fine. Then what we're going to do is I want to, we're going to use this factory. I'm going to use black. Yep. There we go. And now you're like, but Laura, that's just like some stuff stuck on there. It doesn't, it's just kind of floating in the ether. It is floating in the ether. You are correct. So here's what we're going to do to solve that problem. We are going to, I'm going to do it in this dark green. We're going to put a little border on it. In my mind, this tag is from maybe a pretty dress or something similar. Yeah. I wish I had size. I just wish that I had something that said size, but I don't have a stamp that says size. Do I? I don't think I do. That says something check. Nope. Would that fit on there? No. That would have been cool to put on there. So I'm just going to write size with my little pen here, and I'm going to try to do it. There we go. It's not great, but it's fine. And then this one we can either, oh, you know what we could do? We could make this one a little fancy. Yes. Now it looks more like a clothing tag. Now I'm going to take my crocodile. I'm going to put a little hole in it right here. And then I'm going to take a little red. I think, do I want red or do I want gray? Maybe I want gray. So there's another one. All right, let's keep going. We have more. It's so fun. Yay. Let's do this one. Oh yeah, okay. I think, yeah. Let's do this. I'm gonna do this 5. Yep. I'm gonna put it right there. Oh, that's beautiful on this color. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's gorgeous. All right. And then I'm gonna take this also with black. And there we go. Yes, that's great. Fancy. All right, what does this say? Guaranteed strictly high grade. Oh, no, it's too big, unfortunately. What is this? Is this a signature? It says perfection. Let's look at this. We could do tag number. Where's my, here we go. I've got this little seal. It says factory bloobity blop. I put that on here. We could do tag number and then, or I could put that there and then put that there. Ooh, that will fit. Let's do that. Like that. I didn't get all of it. It's fine. And then we're going to do this. I don't know why I'm not stamping all the way. Somebody's going to tell me in the comments. You're doing bobbity bloop. Indeed I am. Okay, so now we can punch a hole in this and we can put a little hole reinforcer on it. So I was watching somebody the other night and she used her tweezers to hold things, to glue them and things. And I was just like, that's brilliant and a good way to not get gluey fingerprints all over everything. But that seems to me something not me would do. Oh, I love it. Look at that. That's a good one too. Okay, keep going. Gonna keep going on and on and on. I do like this factory tag. Ooh, I like this guaranteed strictly high grade. Let's use that. Okay. Ooh, that came out good. All right. Guaranteed to be strictly high grade. Ooh, I like the finest in the world. Make sure. All right. Ooh, that's great. I don't think the 5 will fit. Will the 3 fit? I don't really like the 3, actually. Let's see what else I have. We're going to do another tag number. Oh, I didn't get it all. That's okay. These are old, remember? All right, we're going to punch a hole in it. Oh, these are so fun, y'all. Like, a lot of fun. You can just do all sorts of things. And you can, whatever stamps you have, like you don't have to do fancy ones. You don't have to do the old grungy, vintagey, you know, earth tones. There's lots of different things that you can do. Whatever stamps you have. All right, let's do one that's not terribly vintagey. Let's take this one. It's still going to be a little vintagey because I do like the vintagey stuff. But let's take, that's not the right one. Here we go. I love this. I don't even know where I got this, but I adore it. I think it's totes adorbs. It's a little whimsical. It's pretty modern. So this isn't going to look exactly like a Tim Holtz tag. We're going to go and veer off a little, just a little, from the Tim Holtz way. But I am going to put a piece of paper. That's what the stamp's going to look like. I am going to put a little piece of paper under here so that I can get the whole stamp on something. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh, I just love it. I think it's kind of Art Deco-y, so it still kind of looks a little vintagey, I think. Maybe you don't think so, but I think so. This says for skill and amusement only. So we're going to do that one. And I'm going to put that in, you know what, I'm not going to use this green. I have this archival ink. I have this green. That's peeled paint. Did I get paint? Paint. Did I get ink on all of it? It's peeled paint. All right. Hey, that's cool. Sweet. What if we did... Yes. Okay, so this is about to get very whimsical. Y'all just hang with me as much as possible. We're about to get a little weird up in here. All right, now I'm going to take faded jeans and I'm going to ink up. Wow, this faded jeans is a juicy pad. Look at that. I always think most of my ink pads are dried out, but wow, that one is not. All right, I'm going to put this up here like so. Yes. All right. And then this is going to be great. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. I just know you are. It's fine. This nice man, and we're going to use black to outline him. Is he all inked up? I think so. All right. And he's going to go right there. Oh, that's so good. See, you can even make like little whimsical tags. Oh, that's so good. Okay, and now I'm going to put a little hole in it right there. And I know I've stamped everything to where my little huge hole protectors. Ta-da! I love this one. I think that might be my favorite one. That's so good. All right, let's do another one. But this one I'm going to do, where's my, I'm staying vintagey, but I'm going to keep going with the kind of whimsical, not really industrial tags. Sometimes this is what happens. Sometimes as we move and groove through life, inspiration takes hold and away we go. Okay, so she didn't stamp perfectly, but I actually really kind of like it. So I'm gonna do this. I don't even know where I got these cute little, they look like little doodles. I don't even know where I got them. They're super cute though. Oh, yes. Totes adorbs. All right, and now, instead of using black, I'm actually going to try to use sepia. I'm not sure how well that's going to show up. I don't want it to be as stark as black, but I do want it to show up a little. So we're going to see if it shows up. So now we're deep into some pretty wild. Oh yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. Okay. And then I also have this one. Yep, gonna do that too. I know. I just kind of going off script over here. If you were expecting something else, I'm sorry. I really am. Yes. That's great. That's so good. You could even like outline it if you wanted with a marker. But I wonder if we could put condemned on it. Yes. I know. Y'all are like, where are you going? It's just all over the map. That's where I'm going. There we go. It's artsy, y'all. We just got a little artsy. That's all. No big deal. No big deal. We're gonna put a green. Yeah, we are. This is great. This is fun. You know, this is what happens. You start out copying someone else, and then you end up with your own thing. That's how the world works. That's why we copy art, because then it starts giving us ideas for our own art, and then we end up making these really cool tags. These are actually probably my favorite. And I even did these look like real tags that, Tim Holtz might have put in his collection, but these really are cool. So now what we're going to do is we've got our tags, and I'm going to distress the edges, and then we're going to see what they look like. Let me clean all of this up first. I know we didn't get through all of them, but we're almost at an hour. That's a very long time. I still have to edit the video, so maybe I'll get it down to under an hour, but let's see where we end up. Okay, so I did try to stamp on this. You can't stamp on this. So I should have known that because it's glossy, and I'm sure everybody out there was like, you can't stamp on that. And then I stamped on this with a darker color ink, and it kind of gives you an interesting illusion. So I think I'm going to have to use these two craft stock supplies for something different. So I'm going to go think on what to use these for. Let's ink up these. So I'm going to use Vintage Photo and Black Soot, depending on what we are inking. So if it is a lighter color, we're going to use Vintage Photo. And if it's a darker color, we're going to use Black Soot. So let's just, while I got it out. I love this one. It's so colorful and fun. It's like vintagey, but you know, like whimsical. Why can't we have whimsy with our vintage? Who says? Where's the vintage police? You go call the vintage police on me, and I'll let you know when they get here. I bet they're pretty busy though. That's really cool. I actually really like that one. You know, when I made these originally, some of them I was like, I don't think these are very good. But now that I'm inking them up, I actually kind of like them. And I did do a couple without you, but just a couple. I just had way more left over than I thought I was going to. So I thought, well, let me just do these very quickly. So, this is so great. Let me know in the comments if you try this or if you've done this, if you watched Margaret's video and you were like inspired by that one like I was. I just love all of her stuff. Like she just, you know, there's nothing better than you want to use up all of your stuff. You don't want to buy new, but you really like the look of Tim Holtz's stuff. Here, you don't have to buy it. You can just make it. I mean, you can still go and buy it and, you know, use it, keep it for inspiration. But, you know, you don't have to. That's the beauty of it. Like we can make all this stuff ourselves. I mean, sure, I needed to buy some stamps, but, you know, once you have the stamps, then you can just sit there and make tags all day long. Tickets, tags, tags. Huh, maybe I should count how many times I didn't call them tickets, but thought that I was supposed to. Maybe that's what we should have been doing. I really love how they look once you grunge them up. The inking really does an amazing job making them look really nice. All right, there they are. Let's look at them all. There they are. There's all of our Tim Holtz inspired tickets. Tags, tags. Oh, I almost did the whole video without doing that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed doing this. They're not as good as Margaret's probably, but you know, Margaret also had like 953 stamp sets for different tickets and tags, and she has a bit more supplies than I do because she's been doing this a bit longer. But I love them. Thank you, Margaret, for the inspiration and for doing what you do. I really I think these two artsy ones are kind of my most favorite ones. Which one's your favorite? All right, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like. Just give it, you know, it's a click. I don't ask for money, but if you could click or tap the thumbs up, that would be really cool. And leave me a comment if you want. That would also be cool and helpful, but you certainly don't have to, obviously. Let me know what you think. Thanks, y'all. Bye.